Hi, I'm Michael Graves from Singing from Scratch, and this is Vocal Lessons for Beginners Part 2. And this covers the second element of singing, of the 6 elements of singing within the Singing from Scratch vocal method. And this second one is conceptual placement. Now, those two words mean the concept of placing things, right? And in this case, with singing, it's placing the notes and being able to see where they go. We get a concept of everything we do mentally before we do it. If you're going to go to a store, you get the concept of getting up, walking out the front door, closing the front door, going to your car, and going down to the store that you're headed to. You know where the store is. You've been there before. You know the road. You know how to drive the car. You know how to walk to the car, etc., etc. So you can actually get the concept of those steps, right? So, and that's with anything. The better of a concept that you have of something, the better you're going to be able to do that thing, right? So, with that said, you have to practice getting the concept of where notes go, okay? And that comes into note placement. So the concept of where to put the notes, higher or lower, okay? And the note placement can best be used with the trick of what I call the ladder. If you can picture a ladder, and there's rungs on a ladder or steps on a ladder, right? And so practice getting the concept, look at, okay, that's a higher note, that's a lower note, and so forth and so on, because when you're singing it's la 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 la, right? So you can see I'm doing the steps with my hand. Well, you just get the picture of that ladder, right? And if you get the picture of that ladder, then you're able to see where those notes would be placed. Now, the question comes in after that is, what is a note, right? And I know this may sound really basic and silly, but the point is you have to know what a note is made of. It's not just, okay, I'm singing something that's in tune or something that sounds good. Well, yeah, but at its core level, a note is sound, okay? And sound is basically vibrations being emitted from something. Like if I clap, air is then displaced in a wave of a frequency, and it goes out and then hits an eardrum. And that eardrum registers it, and then you hear it, okay? So any sound that you're listening to, including the sound of my voice, all right, you are hearing the placement of air being pushed through space, air being pushing more air, pushing more air, pushing more air in a wave, okay? And that's what sound is. And sound has different, those waves, right, have frequency of how fast it hits your ear. So da-da-da-da-da-da, or da-da-da-da-da-da. The higher the note, the higher the frequency, right? The lower the note, the lower the frequency. La, so la, la, you get the concept? Higher and lower frequencies. And that's really what a note is made of. Which brings us to the last part of the second element of singing, conceptual placement, is intonation. Intonation just means being in tune. And being in tune is relative to the notes that are around it. So to whether it sounds good or not, like a family of notes. That's what when you're singing in a key, you're singing in a family. So it's la 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 la, or la 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 la. So those notes that I sang are different, but the intonation means, is that note in tune with this note or with other instruments and voices played around you, okay? And that means that the frequency itself matches. And you can remember we were talking about getting what is a note, right? And basically note placement, you're placing that note at the correct frequency in relation to the other notes and putting them on that ladder and getting the concept of what that is. So you get the concept of where that note's going to be, what frequency that's going to be at, and understanding that you're going to create that frequency of that note, and then intonation is placing it properly with those notes around it. And that's intonation. And that can be practiced simply by listening, then trying to sing that note, and then if you're singing it correctly, you're in tune. If you're singing above it and it still sounds good, your intonation is in that you are in that family of notes. If it's off and it sounds bad, and you know it sounds bad, okay, that means that you're not in tune, and your concept before you started singing was incorrect. So the second lesson, wrap-up, is conceptual placement is the second element of singing, and that is the concept of how to sing, where to place the notes, what a note is, okay, and getting the concept of that mentally before you even sing. All right?